Hello, second best lifers. Today, I'd like you to give me a like or a comment if you have ever experienced settling for things that are, let's just say, unsatisfying, maybe even a little dishonoring, maybe even soul crushing when it comes to dating and relationships. Girl, I am ready to throw down. Did you see all the stuff at the buffet? That shit is banging. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat so much. I'm gonna eat every bit of this, and then I'm gonna go get that mac and cheese or no chocolate cake. I'm all about it. Hold on, girl. Why are you tripping? What? There's a whole buffet of food up there. What's up with that? Why don't you go get some more food? What's up with that? I know, but it's like I'm hungry and that looks really good, but I'm just afraid like if I go over there and fill my plate that there's not going to be enough for everybody else. So, even though I'm hungry, I'm fine. These breadcrumbs will be plenty. That's all I need. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. This was delicious. It's great. No, really, I'm fine. Your plate looks delicious, but it's totally worth the $79.99 we paid for the buffet. It's good. No, I'm fine. I'm really fine. I'm not hungry. I'm fine. Yep, that is how you do second best life. Tolerating breadcrumbs over the surf and turf that you know you are worthy of and deserve. That's one of the best ways to live out your second best life and dreams. Right there. Now, many of the choices that we make are patterns that we're unconsciously stuck in. And we're just so used to settling that we don't even know we're doing it. We don't even question it. And when we don't notice that, we don't notice all the good stuff that is available to us, even when it's being handed right to us. So my job today as an expert on second best life stuff is to help you, level up your tolerating skills a notch and learn how to water down your dating and relationship experience so that you can be a pro at tolerating breadcrumbs. So I have a few things here to share with you that are very important if you want to take the art of breadcrumbing yourself to the next level. And if you're already doing these things, congratulations on the false sense of safety that you're creating and the false sense of self-love for yourself. Okay, so here we go. Number one, assume that the person you are dating or seeing is just like all your exes. That way, you can punish them for other people's crimes and mistakes. And you never get to really experience the possibility of something new or give them the opportunity to be something different. Therefore, you just keep recreating all the stuff you didn't want in the first place. See, the breadcrumb cycle continues. Number two, don't do it. Don't communicate. That's dangerous, okay? You do not tell them your needs. You do not tell them your desires. You do not let them know when they've hurt you, okay? Better yet, expect them to just know. When something's bothering you, expect them to just know without even telling them. And when they don't get it right, make it mean failure. Or maybe even just break up with them. Because, hey, there are plenty of mind readers out there who are willing to tolerate all of your bullshit, right? They're like a dime a dozen, aren't they? Aren't they? And this especially goes for us women because, we're pretty rock star at that stuff. Oh my God. He did not. That's so disgusting. And his poop looks so weird. What the hell has he been eating? I can't believe he did this. I don't know how many times we've talked about this. I knew he's doing this on purpose to upset me. Why? Why?
Honey, is everything all right? You don't seem like yourself.
Nothing's wrong at all. Nothing, I said. No, everything's fine.
Are you sure? Something doesn't seem right. It's my receding hairline, isn't it? You're repulsed by it, aren't you? I said I'm fine. Well, okay then. I'm glad we got that resolved. All right. Well, I'm just gonna be out golfing with the guys for the next 5 hours. So, all right. See ya. Bye.
And guys, before you get to laughing too hard, the joke's on you, because the culture that you live in, that you were raised in, told you that you were supposed to be Superman and that nothing is ever supposed to bother you. And many of you actually believe that. But let's not forget that even Superman had kryptonite. Usually, kryptonite for Superman, or most men, not all, looks something like this. Anyway, number 3, always make it about you. Make sure that everything your person does or does not do is something to take personally. And please, please don't ever assume or consider that they may be somewhere else, on a very different path in life, or that there's something valuable you could take away from the experience, no matter how painful it might be. That's a great way to remain subject to everyone else's bad behavior and baggage. And then we get to keep just staying in that second best life relationship breadcrumb cycle forever and ever and ever. It's really best if we don't give some of the people who have hurt us in life an opportunity to be a messenger with a fistful of thorny roses. So there you have it. That's just a few tips of second best life, things to remember if you really want to up-level your breadcrumbing. We can often make unconscious choices that they're all based on our inner fears, our past experiences, traumas that not only suck the life out of us, but also out of our relationships, because we're not honoring who we are and what we need and desire. And sometimes we even ruin what might otherwise be a great relationship because we're not going to give the other person an opportunity to respond to the more truthful version of ourselves. They can only respond to what we show them, right? So for all you wussies who really can't handle the art of breadcrumbing, I have a few suggestions for you. One would be getting clear on what's keeping you from asking for what you want. Is it rejection? Is it appearing desperate? Maybe don't want to seem needy or weak. Maybe it feels too vulnerable. Maybe you're afraid your person will think you're high maintenance, or the fear of finding out that they might not be able to give you what you want. And then you might have to make a decision based on love and respect for yourself and for them, and based on the truth. There might be times also when taking a break from dating and simply just dating yourself can be a very powerful step towards your growth and towards creating a more positive experience in dating and relationships. What would it look like to court yourself and to treat yourself, to speak to yourself, to love yourself, to make love to yourself the way you would want somebody that you deeply desired to be with to treat you, to speak to you, to make love to you, to all those things. What would it look like if you gave yourself that first? How might that change your experiences after really experiencing what you truly want and letting yourself have that? It's hard to go back to the breadcrumbs, right? So if you're caught in old thought patterns and emotions that are keeping you stuck in a cycle of attracting same kinds of partners, there's work to do around that. There's wounds to be healed. I have a video that you can click on if you want to learn more about how we get in the pattern of attracting the same toxic partners or situations in relationships. There's also a PDF included in the description on that video if you want to check that out. Click on that link above. One more thing I would say is that, I can laugh at all this, and I hope you can too, because I've pretty much made every mistake out there in dating and relationships. And I've also made a point to try to learn as much as possible from each of them, because I don't want to keep repeating the same patterns. And yet I have, because we usually don't shift the tide just like that. So it can be a slow process, but keep in mind that everything is progress. So the moment that we decide we want something different and we're going to show up for ourselves, that is usually often the same moment where life will give you opportunities. It will bring people along your path that will be ready to teach you the lessons you need to learn, that will be ready to challenge you. And all the things you say you want, you'll get just the right people to come along to help you in your training. And if we can see them as that, whether they're conscious of it or not, as someone who has come along our path to help us train for better experiences, and they will bring us the challenges exactly as we need them at the right time, when we need them the most, and just the right challenges. And it is our job to stay in our own lane and figure out the lessons that everyone has to give us. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship we're in, right? Any relationship, the whole point of relationship is for us to grow and become better people. And it takes other people, whether it's through pain or pleasure. Other people ignite things within us that we don't always expect, that we don't always want. And they're always giving us opportunities to grow and to just get more out of the experience. It's a matter of, are we going to actually accept that challenge or not? If we begin making our relationships about us and thinking that other people are supposed to just come along and change to fit our needs, to make us comfortable, we're missing the whole point of being in relationship. And for those of you who are parents, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We have our children, and as much as we love them, they hurt us and we hurt them. It is all part of the process. It is just what happens because, surprise, we're human beings. It's not about finding the right person. It's about being the right person. And in order to do that, in order to really step up and be the kind of person that we would want to have in a relationship, we have to be real. And being real means being vulnerable. There's no way around it, and it's scary. We all can agree with that. If we agree with nothing else, we can agree with the fact that it's scary to be vulnerable, but there is no other way. When we choose to love someone, we have to accept the fact that we are going to be hurt by them at times. We are going to be misunderstood and vice versa. And we have to start learning how to tear down gently those walls that we've worked so hard to build up, to protect our hearts, to protect ourselves, and become our own best resource for love, for safety, for comfort, whatever it is that we need in any given moment, because there will never be someone outside of you who can give all of those things to you. Only you can do that. You and the divine. Now, that's not so easy to do, but it is more than possible. It just takes practice. And I have a guided audio practice for you called the 5 Senses Reality. The first thing you need to do, though, is to get clear on what it is you actually want in relationship. Many of us know what we don't want, but we need to know what we want, because whatever we are focused on is what we are going to continue to create. So if all we can think about is what we don't want, guess what we're going to keep bringing to us. If you would like a copy of the guided audio practice, just go to the link in the description box, check it out, and please leave me some comments. Also, you need to understand that you're not going to do this one time and have it be life-changing. It could be, but this is why they call it a practice. It's something you're going to want to do on a regular basis. So continue to do the practice. I would try it for a good 3 weeks on a daily basis, or as much as often as possible, and would love to hear your feedback. You can also check out the link to my website below in the description box if you want to know more about my coaching services and other workshops coming up. Some of them will be online workshops. In the meantime, please know you don't have to settle for those dry-ass breadcrumbs in life. There's so much more waiting for you. It all depends on what kind of life you're trying to create.